Just please tell me what we were doing. Chemical properties of reaction with CS2. Okay. Alkylation, alkyl acylation, it is done. Cotton Bowman reaction is done. Reaction with nitrous acid, Lieberman nitroso reaction, is it done? Okay. And carbyl reaction, reaction with carbon disulfide. Okay. Next is a reaction with aldehydes and ketones. MST from 11 March. Right? So last two topics are there. These chemical reactions and phase transfer catalyst. Amines are quaternary ammonium salts. Quaternary ammonium ions, they are acting as a phase transfer catalyst. So these two topics are left in unit 1. Okay. After that, I will open the assessment part of unit 1. So 2 or 3 days are with you to revise the unit 1, and then you have to appear for assessment, like assignment quiz. 2 quizzes are there and 1 surprise test is there. Okay, up to next Sunday it will be open. Not this Sunday, up to next Sunday it will be open. Then you can find the appropriate time to attempt these. Okay, one attempt is there, and there is, means I'm not calling again and again for attempting. I will not open the portal again for this. Okay, last time you were very new for the Blackboard and these online submissions, but now you know all the things, and you know how your marks varies, either you submitted or not submitted. Okay, you have to submit. See, it takes only hardly 2 to 3 minutes to do a quiz. Okay, so also 4 marks matters in your internal, right? And assignment, you know, assignment you have to submit, and surprise test, it is of 12 marks. Okay, so I will change the date and it will be open up to next Sunday. Then please revise your syllabus in within these 2 days, and if anyone having any doubt, you can ask me. Now, starting with the chemical properties of amines. We have done various reactions of amines. Next reaction is reaction with aldehydes and ketones. How amines react with aldehyde and ketones. Okay, see, primary amine, or either it is so see what happened in this reaction. The whiteboard is visible to all of you. Is it shared? Okay. See, this is the reaction with aldehydes and ketones. Primary amine, this is the 8th reaction, I think, 7th or 8th reaction. Primary amine with aldehyde. So primary amine, it may be aliphatic or aromatic, right? So it is RNH2 when it is reacting with any of aldehyde, take this, then it will be converted to with the removal of this water, Rn double bond CH2 plus water in the presence of any product. So this is the reaction, or it is known as Schiff's base or aldehyde plus NL. Right? So secondary amines also react with these aldehydes and ketones that contain alpha hydrogen. Secondary amines reacts with aldehyde and ketones, only that ketones which contain alpha hydrogen to form first carbinolamines, and which carbinolamine is very unstable, okay, and it loses a molecule of water and there is a formation of enamine. Okay, you must study about the enamine. It is very important reaction, that is the formation of enamine. See, tell me, is it clear? Reaction of primary amines. Yes. Next, second one is secondary amines with aldehyde or ketones. What type of aldehyde or ketones? Which contain alpha hydrogen. Only that which contain alpha hydrogen. Now see, we will see the role of alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogens. Right? So if this is our aldehyde or ketone, CH2 R. Here we have alpha hydrogen. This is alpha carbon and these two are the alpha hydrogens. Okay. When it will react with any any secondary amine. Secondary amine is like CH means take R dash. Okay. NH. This is secondary amine. Okay. And this one is alpha hydrogens. These two are the alpha hydrogens. Then what is the formation? That is carbinol amine. What is carbinol amine and how it is forming? See, this will attack on this position and it will go. Now what is attached here? R, C, OH. Okay, this H will be here. Means it can take this H positive, right? And we have here Nr2, right? With lone pair. Because lone pair is, or we can say, here positive charge and CH2R. Then from this side, proton exchange takes place. Okay, here is proton exchange. Now is it clear? Then it will be equal to CH2R, right? Now this species, this is known as carbinol amine. It is known as carbinol amine. Right? Is it clear? Being very unstable, this carbinol amine loses 1 mole of water. Take here, take HHS in this way. Okay, then it will lose 1 mole of water as in this way, and there is formation of R, double bond is there, CH R and NR2. Okay, this is known as enamine. See, amine from NR2. Okay, this ene is from double bond. So the name of this species is enamine. Yes, clear? Okay, next one is the acidic nature. So means they are basically basic in nature. Okay, primary, secondary and tertiary amines. They do not a hydrogen present on nitrogen atom in tertiary amines. So they can act as a weak acid. So when treated with a strong base like sodium metal, they can act as a weak acid like this. There is acidic nature means act as weak acids when treated with strong bases like sodium metal. So RNH2, when it is treated with sodium metal, then how it will act as a weak base, sorry, weak acid. It will RNHNA. This is negative, this is positive 2, and with removal of H2. Right? These type of reactions they can show. Okay. Now is the oxidation. Oxidation is also very important type of reaction shown by amine, in which the means depending on the nature of the amine, like it is primary, secondary and tertiary, then we can choose the oxidizing agents. So the commonly used oxidizing agents that are hydrogen peroxide, peroxy acids, okay, and Carros acid like H2SO5. So these type of oxidizing agents we can choose. As you already studied that primary aliphatic amines, when it will oxidize, first it will oxidize to, it is a reverse process of reduction. You did the reduction in the chemical properties. So it will oxidize to first hydroxylamine, then nitroso compound, then nitro. Right? See, in case of oxidation, primary amine, when it is oxidized, first it will oxidize to NHOH, hydroxylamine, then it will oxidize to Rn double bond O nitroso compound, further it will oxidize to more RnO2 nitro compounds. Right? And what about secondary amines? As we did in the, see, in case of primary amine like this one, this is also primary, will be directly converted to these methyl groups and NO2. Right? Secondary amine with oxidation, they are converted to, they oxidized in the presence of KMnO4 and give tetraalkyl, means they are converted to hydrazenes. See, all the hydrogens are removed from here. Secondary amines. R2NH. Okay. And it will oxidize. So it will take oxygen and one more. This will, with the removal of oxygen, means one water mole is removed from here and we get R2N and R2. Okay, this type of form. This is, it is a hydrazine. Hydrazine is, what is hydrazine? NH2, NH2, hydrazine. Okay, but now it is a hydrazine of alkyl, means substituted by alkyl. So it is tetra alkyl hydrazine. On oxidation, the secondary amines give tetra alkyl hydrazine. Right? And the tertiary amines, they are not oxidized by KMnO4. They are oxidized by ozone or Carnot's acid. So they will give N oxides. They can give N oxides like this way. By H2SO5 N oxides. Oxygen substituted by nitrogen. Right? And in the same way, the aromatic amines, they, due to the presence of high electron density on benzene ring, okay, they are easily oxidized and they form colored compounds even on oxidation. Okay, see, if amine is oxidized, take one amine, aromatic amine, aniline. will be easily oxidized to benzoquinoline. Easily oxidized to benzoquinoline. Right? Yes, tell me, is it okay? Only her Komal is responding every time. So we did the separation or not? Separation of primary, secondary and tertiary amines, Hinsberg test and all. We did that or not? Lieberman nitroso test. No? Or yes? Hinsberg test, Lieberman nitroso test. I think we did. Okay, next coming to the electrophilic substitution means aromatic amines. So electrophilic substitution, in addition to other reactions of amino groups, the aromatic amines, they typically undergo electrophilic substitution. Okay, Harkomal, thank you. They typically undergo electrophilic substitutions on the aromatic ring. So in all these reactions, see the group that is attached on the aromatic ring, the NH2 group, NR2 group, it strongly activates or deactivates the ring. Tell me. If we have, wait, I'm clearing it. If we have the on aromatic ring aniline group, this is the aniline, okay, NH2, or what type of groups are these? Just take one R group in this. What type of group are these? Electron withdrawing, electron releasing. Are they activating the ring or deactivating the ring? So towards electrophilic addition, towards electrophile, are they activate the ring or deactivate the ring? Yes, please respond. Activate. It means orthopara-directing. Yes. Okay. They activate the ring because there is a presence of Okay, thank you. There is a presence of lone pair. Okay, and will take the lone pair, and there is formation of, means electron density appears here. Okay, after that electron density appears here, so means it is ortho para directing to electrophile, right? Ortho para directing to electrophile, right or wrong? So due to the strong activating effect of the NH2 group and R2 group, these aromatic amines, they undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions very readily, and it is very difficult to stop the reaction at mono substitution state, because nitrogen, it is having the smaller size. Okay, nitrogen being a small in size with hydrogen, okay, hydrogen, so it is smaller in size, and this aromatic ring. So these two positions are activate now. These three positions are activate. So it is very difficult to stop the mono substitution. Means here only substitution, or we can say here only substitution, here only substitution. So these substitutions can be at ortho, both the ortho positions and para positions. So it is very difficult to stop the mono substitution in these type of reactions. So usually the reaction proceeds by 2,4,6 tri-substituted amines, right? So in this case, there is a high reactivity of aromatic amines towards the electrophile. Why there is high reactivity? Due to the resonating structures that stabilizes the intermediates formed in between the reaction. Okay. Right. So what type of resonating structures are there? Very good. See here. First, if we do the orthobromination. Ortho substitution means any type of ortho substitution, Dr, Dr. Okay, then this electron density will hit the electrophile, and see here, this type of intermediate is formed. Either it will go back, this is path 1, okay, or it will cover the path and there is a parabromination. Jay, audible now? Yes, I'm repeating. I was reconnecting, na? I'm repeating. See what I'm saying here. In case ortho, okay, whenever on the electron at this ortho position, it will hit the electrophile, okay, and if the electron density comes to the para position and then it will hit the electrophile, then there is a para bromination takes place. So this type of intermediate is formed. See, these intermediates are very stable by the these intermediates are yes, these are stable is to be reduced. How we can reduce this activating effect? How we can reduce this activating effect of simple amino group? Which have you did the first in the last semester? There is a practical in chemistry lab, that is first acetylation of amine. Okay. Second one, the second practical is the bromination of acetanilide. These two practicals are in your course. That was in your course in the last sem. That is experiment number 1, acetylation of amine, aniline. Acetylation of aniline. Right? And the second one is bromination of acetanilide. In SHP 210. These were two practicals, first and second. Yes or no? Para-bromoacetanilide, that is synthesis of para-bromoacetanilide. Right? So in this case, what happened? See, we have here, in case of aniline, if we do the direct bromination of aniline, then we get this type of product. Because of small size of this NH2 group, then we get 2,4,6 tribromoaniline if we do direct bromination of aniline. But see, if we want only the mono substitution, if we want the bromine group that is attached only at para position, then what we have to do, we have to protect, or we have to reduce the reactivity of aniline, reactivity of this amine. How to reduce this? By doing the acetylation of it. Now, sorry, by doing first acetylation we did with, this is NH2, okay, and we have this acetyl chloride, and we know it will act as nucleophile, and with back charge it will remove, and we get this acetanilide according to your first practical, NHCOCH3. Right? Now, after doing this, if we do the bromination of this, then it is although electron releasing, okay, then we get what type of product? Para. this is para, and here NHCOCH3. Now see how it happens. Due to first bigger size of this, due to bigger size, ortho substitution restricted, okay, restricted. And also one more effect is there. See the group, that is COCH3. COCH3 group, this is electron withdrawing group that is attached to NH. Okay, it will take electron from it, COCH3. Due to presence of this oxygen, this will become a electron withdrawing group. And see the inductive effect. It is inductively withdrawing effect. The inductive effect also depends on the distance. It depends on the distance. It will operate it here. It will operate up to these positions. It will operate up to these ortho positions. So at the ortho position, what happens? The electron density at these position, it will reduce due to presence of this electron withdrawing effect. But at para position, there is not so much effect on electron density. Electron density of para carbon. Are you getting my point? Is that clear? So by this way, we can reduce the capacity of the amine, or we can prevent the tri substitution, and we get only the mono substitution if we want. Okay, right? So this method is also known as protection of amino group by acetylation, or to control the rate of substitution. Right, next one is halogenation. In halogenation, you can also give the same example, that is the formation of 2,4,6 tribromoaniline from aniline. Okay, it is a very faster process, and even it is it happens in the presence in the absence of catalyst also. Okay, so same, if we require the monohalogenated derivative, then acetylation is required. Okay, next one is nitration. There is very means exceptional case in case of nitration. Nitration is also a electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, and in this case, the amine group, it will act as ortho para directing. But what happen in case of nitration? NH2. Okay, nitration is HNO3 in presence of H2SO4. Okay, HNO3 in presence of H2SO4, and it will give NO2 positive electrophile. Then there is formation of, and according to the availability of this aniline, according to that, it is ortho para directing only. But here what happened? These type of products are formed, NO2. This is ortho. Okay, plus NH2 para, obviously, and NH2 meta-nitroamine is also formed. Meta-nitroaniline. See this ortho product, it is and this one is 47% formed, and it is 51%, and it is 47, 51 to remaining 2% it is formed. Ortho, obviously, due to the steric hindrance, okay, it is not formed as a major product. Para will be the major in case of this ortho para directing. But how there is a formation of meta directing, meta nitroaniline, how it is formed as a major product, one of the major product? So can anyone tell me the reason? Yes, please. Why here the meta-nitroaniline is formed? What is the reason? So this one is the exceptional. Okay, tell me, anyone knows? So can we discuss this in next class? As the time is also over. Yes. So you also please find the reason, right? And thank you so much for joining. And my special thanks to her Kamal, because she is the only one that who is responding in the session always. Okay. So thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.